One of the big issues that I think that you should be a better person to answer this is like a lot of offices that I go to, they say that they don't believe in it or they don't want to try it because it's going to be considered a kickback.
I see. Yeah, and that's, again, from when all of this stuff happened in 2008, right? Everything got so super regulated, and I think regulation is good, of course. It keeps people in check, it keeps people in line, and we don't want kickbacks happening. Like we don't want, hey, here's money for a referral, or here's money for this and that. Like that is a kickback in a sense. But where it's different, right, is that traditionally you are allowed, and you are always allowed, have always been allowed by the state by state, and by product, FHA being the outlier, to be both the loan officer and the real estate agent on a file transaction. You can be both. We don't even advise that though. I like to, we have to work with a lot of different compliance attorneys and make sure everything that we do is, dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure that when it comes up in an audit, because again, we do get audited all the time, that you can explain all the practices and all the marketing and all the work that you're doing. And so in the end of the day, you are allowed to be both the real estate agent and the loan officer. That's fine. FHA does not allow it. You have to be separate. No dual compensation there. You will get stopped, right? And we've had transactions accidentally where I myself was the realtor and I was the loan officer, and it was an FHA deal. And from underwriting, it'll kick back and say, hey, we need to change the LO on this file, right? But in any case, it's not necessarily that, because you're joining the team, right? And we typically want somebody different. Somebody, not the broker, somebody, like, we don't want, in a team setting, right? I wouldn't say this is the best idea for an individual agent. Like, you can, right? But from all the compliance experts and attorneys that I've spoken with, it's allowed, but like, you don't want to be in that area where you're having to always explain the dual compensation side of it and why you're justifying it and whatnot. Like, it's easier just to say, or to work with a different model where the agent who brings the deal to the table is not also being compensated for the loan, but the person who runs the team can be. Right? Or the loan officer who's taking that position can be, and they are part of the team, and that's not a kickback. They're doing the work, right? And the level of sorry to interrupt, but the level of support we can provide varies from company to company, and that's where we provide more support, because I don't want to change their job significantly. You got to do some work. You got to do the LO functions. You got to be a communicator. I don't want to change how they do a lot of business, because that's friction. But they're part of the team. So that's the kickback away. Like, that explains out a kickback essentially, and that's why our regulators and our auditors and people that we've worked with so far understand and agree.